Welcome to the online tutorial sessions for statistics. Today we are going to continue our second chapter, which is meaning, scope and importance of statistics. In the previous video, we had completed the plural sense of statistics. In today's video, we are going to cover the singular sense of statistics. Now let's start with the statistics as singular sense. Now, under singular sense, statistics means statistical methods. It's just two words. Statistical methods. Under it, statistics means statistical method. All the methods, all the things which you perform in the statistics with the statistical data, that is your statistics in the singular sense. It is the method of dealing with numerical facts. In the plural sense, there was aggregate of facts. There were only facts. In different areas, there were different aggregates of facts. Therefore, it was known as plural sense. But here, all those facts are at one place and we are using statistical methods on them. So that's why it is called the singular sense. Is that clear? It is the method of dealing with numerical facts. Here you are dealing with the collective facts, and in the plural sense there were different datas everywhere. Now let's start with the definition. What is the definition of statistics but as singular sense? Statistics in singular sense may be defined as the collection, presentation, analysis and interpretation of numeric data. It's the collection, presentation, analysis and interpretation. Collection means to collect the data and presentation means to present the data, like you make some graph or flow chart or pie diagram like that, and analysis, you think about that, what this data shows, what that data means, and the interpretation, the conclusion which you derive from that data, that is the interpretation of what? Of those numerical data. So this is the definition. It is defined as the collection, presentation, analysis and interpretation of numeric data. Learn these four words: collection, presentation, analysis and interpretation. Now let's come to the next one, which is stages of statistical study. Now let's start with the first stage. The first stage is collection of data. The first and main, it is the main step of statistical inquiry. Before doing any investigation, any inquiry, anything, you need to collect the data. Without the data, you cannot reach your destination. For that inquiry, you need some data. Suppose you need to calculate the average mark of your class. So you need to collect the data first, right? You need to ask each and every student of the class about their marks or their percentage. Then only you can have your statistical inquiry. So collection of data is very important. It's the first and main step of every statistical inquiry. Now, the technique of collection of data depends on the objective of the study. Basically, there are two types of techniques. One is census method, in which you ask each and every person, and in the sampling method there is some other method, sampling method, in which you pick out only few of them. From 100 people you select only 10 or 20 people and you ask their data, you collect their data, and according to that 20 people you estimate the other 80's data also. So the technique of collection of data depends on the objective of the study. It depends. You need the accurate data or you don't need the accurate data, estimations can work. If you need an accurate data, then census method works, and if you need only estimated data, then sample method also works. Is that clear? Okay. Let's come to the next one, which is stage 2, organization of data. Organization of data. Under it, after collection, the first stage, after the collection of data, the data is organized in a proper form which involves editing and classification. Now, under that collected data, after you have collected data, you need to organize that data. Like how many boys, how many girls, how many scored 50% marks, how many scored 80% marks, how many scored 90% marks. So you have to organize that data, or you have to organize data into according to your roll number. Is that clear? So you need to organize that data to make it look more simpler. Now, under which you need to do editing or classification. You need to edit, you need to make it in a sequence manner, ascending or descending. You need to classify according to the boys and girls and according to their percentage marks. So stage 2 is organization of data. The next one is presentation of data. Now presentation of data means after classification, after the second stage, which is classification and organization of data, the data is presented in some suitable manner in the form of text, table, diagrams or graph. That data is represented in the form of such type of things like pie diagram or bar diagram or graphs, and so many other things can be representable for your data. So in the third stage, you present your data in a beautiful manner so that it looks good and it gives the picture of your collection data and organized data. Is that clear? Now let's come to the stage 4. Stage 4 is analysis of data. After presentation, after you have beautifully presented your data, analysis is done. After presentation, analysis is done with the help of simple mathematical techniques like mean, median, mode, dispersion, correlation and variance. Don't get afraid from these dangerous words. These are just words. They are very easy to calculate, and in the future chapters you will learn each and everything how to calculate it. Right now you just need to know the names and that's it. For this chapter you just only need to know the names like mean, median, mode, dispersion, correlation and variance. These things help in the analysis of data. Under analysis you think about the data, whatever you are calculating, you think about that data, that what this data actually means, what this data is actually showing. So under the analysis of data you think, you sit patiently and you think about it, that what this data actually means. By using these simple mathematical techniques like mean, median, correlation and variance, dispersion, and there are so many things in your statistics which you need to calculate. Now in this stage 5, next stage 5, there is interpretation of data. My dear students, interpretation means to come up to the conclusion what this data actually says. What is the conclusion of the whole collection of data, organization of data, presentation, analysis. After all these 4 stages, there comes the last stage where you find out the conclusion. It involves thinking skills and experience to derive meaning from the analyzed data. It draws the final conclusion. Under this stage, you gives out the conclusion. What is the meaning derived from this analyzed data? Under the analysis of data, you used to calculate that data with these methods and you analyze something. You have the number. You get your number after the analysis. Suppose you need to find out the average marks of the student of your class. You need to find out the average mark. So in that case, you will calculate mean. So under the analysis, you calculate things. You use simple mathematical techniques. And in stage 5, in the interpretation, you have to think, you have to experience and derive the meaning what this analyzed data says. Suppose the analyzed data is 34. It means 34 is the average marks of all the students. So that will be the interpretation. It draws the final conclusion. Is that clear? The 5th stage draws out the last and final conclusion, whatever the data is saying. Now, let's come to the functions of statistics. Let's start with the first one, which is to simplify complex facts. Statistical methods help to present the great mass of complex data into simple and understandable form. It means the difficult data, the complex data is converted into simple and understandable form. You have your exams. You have 6 exams, and all those subjects are first noted down individually. Each and every student's marks are noted down according to their subject. First of all, their marks are collected. Then their marks are organized in a sequence manner, in a tabular form. Then that is presented, and after that they are analyzed. Lots of addition, lots of percentage is being calculated. All the mathematical techniques are applied over that, and only after that the result is out, in which there is passed or failed. So let's come back to the first function. So difficult data and greater mass on a huge level of numerical data is shown into simple and understandable form, in an easy form, so that you all can understand. Now the second function is to present facts in definite form. It means it summarizes the generalized facts. It summarizes means it shortens up the generalized facts and present them in a definite form. They summarize, they shorten up the data, and they present them in such a way that it looks solid and it looks relevant. For example, if I say the annual rate of inflation is 10%, it means this. You don't know actually meaning of inflation, but let me tell you, inflation means if the prices are rising, then in that case inflation happens. Now, annual rate of inflation is 10%. It means the prices are rising by 10% every year. Now, if I am saying annual rate of inflation is 10%, it's better, it sounds better than saying prices are rising. If someone is saying prices are rising, fine, I got to know. But if I am saying the annual rate of inflation is 10%, this line sounds much more relevant and authentic in comparison to prices are rising. So the statistics helps to present facts in definite form, in a solid and relevant form. Now the third one is to make comparison of facts. The statistics, the main function of statistics is to make comparison. For example, in your class 10th you studied about the per capita income. So per capita income of different countries are used to compare their economic growth. If you can calculate per capita income, then you can compare the different countries according to their average income. Is that clear? Now let's come to the fourth one, which is to facilitate planning and policy formation. You see, businessmen, administrators, even governments use the statistical data and all the numerical data to plan their future activities and policies. All the budget, all the policies, all the planning, all the activities of future are made keeping in mind all the statistical data around them. Now the next one is to help in forecasting. The statistics, the data helps in the forecasting. You already learned about business risk. Now business is full of risk and uncertainties. Business is full of risk and uncertainty. You never know what's going next. So statistical tools like interpolation and time series helps in making projection in future. These things help in the better future. They helps in making policies. They gives you an estimated idea about whether you will be in profit or losses, whether it's right time to invest or not. So statistics helps in the future forecasting. You can forecast. You can have an estimated idea about the future. So it helps in forecasting. Sixth one is formulation and testing of hypothesis. If you are doing something new research work, then this statistical data also helps in the formulation and testing of hypothesis. Example is whether a rise in the railway fares will affect the passenger of traffic or not. This is example. If the railways fares are increasing, then will it affect the passenger traffic or not? Right? So these hypotheses, these research are done keeping in mind all the statistical data. They will calculate, they will use the previous year data or previous 5 years data, so that they can assemble the data and they can make assumption, they can analyze and they can interpret the data according to their research work. The last one is to enlarge individual knowledge and experience. With the statistical data, basically the statistics help in the rationalized thinking. With the data, you can be logical, you can be authentic, and your thinking, your argument, your reasoning will be rational. Rational means sane thinking. Like you are intelligent person, like an intelligent person, you can think and reason about it. So that's all for this video. I hope everything is much clearer now. Statistics has singular sense, it's a statistical method and definition, stages. Stage 1 is collection of data, stage 2 is organization of data, presentation of data, analysis of data and interpretation of data. The function of statistics is to simplify complex facts. It helps to present facts in definite form, relevant form, to make comparison of fact, to facilitate and planning and policy formation, to help in forecasting, helps in testing of hypothesis, and to enlarge individuals' knowledge and experience. I hope that's all for this video. One more thing, I want to take a screenshot of this whiteboard so that you can complete your notes and we can go on further. Take a screenshot, take a very clear and neat screenshot. Pause this video and take a screenshot. Okay, I hope you all have taken this screenshot. Okay, that's all for this video. See you soon.